You're listening to the I-95 Morning Show Archives.
October 2025.
Our special guest is an actor and comedian, and you know him from films like Deadpool, Office Christmas Party, and the Emoji Movie. We're talking to TJ Miller. It's interesting, before we took the break, you were talking about crowd work, and this has become a divisive issue in the stand-up comedy world. Stand-up comedy has become very tribal, and everybody's beefing with everybody and talking about...
Yeah, I know. It's so ridiculous.
Who's a comic and who isn't a comic, and this crowd work issue just came up with Marc Maron recently, and he was talking about, not you, but a different comedian, and he's like, hey, if that's your style of comedy, you're not a comedian. I just think it's all kind of BS. It's subjective, and I've been following your socials. You're killing and really, really working the road.
Marc Maron is a bunch of jizz. I just found out that you can say that on your program, so I'm just going to say he's a real jizz head. And that's all there is to it. He's all jizz, no penis. That's Marc Maron, I think. No, he's the same guy, Andy Kindler, who's truly a comic. This is years and years ago. And I did. They come for me.
They found you, TJ.
They finally came for me. They finally found out where I live in New York City. So Marc Maron, Andy Kindler said he's just the nicest guy, and he's so funny. Andy Kindler is so funny. And, Marc Maron came backstage years and years and years ago at the Just for Laughs Festival, which is now defunct. And Andy Kindler goes, Mark, how you doing? You know TJ Miller. I'm sure you're a fan. TJ Miller, everybody. And Marc Maron just goes, no, not really. and Andy, which most people would just keep their mouths shut. They would just keep it themselves. But obviously Mark's not good at that. And Andy Kindler's like, what? You're not a fan of TJ's? Why not? And Marc Maron goes, well, I understand what he's doing with the acting, but I don't understand the stand-up or why he's doing stand-up. And it was such a weird moment. But I mean, the other thing is, I think I forget, but I think I said, well, that's fine. I'm not a fan of yours at all, or something like that. But, he just, what's so interesting about him is, and I make fun of him quite a bit, but he considers stand-up sort of sitting on a stool and talking about stuff that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. My favorite funny thing about Marc Maron is that every single person I know who listens to WTF, without fail, I go, well, how do you listen to that rambling in the beginning of the, before the interview? And every single person goes, oh, no, you just fast forward through that. All they care about is him interviewing this person who they're much more interested in the person than in Marc Maron. And they just skip his whole diatribe at the beginning. Why would they sit and listen to it? It's not funny. It's just the ramblings of a neurotic. And it's just a waste of time before we get to him talking to an interesting person. So I just think, and the other thing about Marc Maron is he can't do crowd work. It always makes me laugh when people are like, these crowd work comedians, they're nothing. I'm like, well, can you do crowd work? Like, have you ever done it? Are you able to improvise and be funny? And I think for Marc Maron, he's like, well, I can't even, how am I supposed to improvise and be funny if I can't even do stand-up and be funny? So I think he's got several challenges in that department. But
Ethan, Lou, and Large Dave, I-95.